Good morning, Toastmasters. Thank you for spending your Tuesday morning with me. Today's speech is titled A Complete Unknown. Good morning, Toastmasters. Thank you for spending your Tuesday morning with me. Today's speech is called A Complete Unknown. I obtained that title from the movie that I went and saw on Christmas Day, A Complete Unknown, which was a biopic of the singer Bob Dylan. And Bob Dylan started out as strictly a folk singer. You can see him here in the picture displayed with only a guitar, a classical guitar, and a harmonica on stage by himself. But as time went on, he changed his style, he changed his performance, he incorporated electric guitars into his act, and that upset some people. Some people were left behind as he left folk music and went on and explored other avenues of music and styles. In 2024, two important events happened to me. First, I fell in love. Here you can see me with the love of my life, Wen T. Lin. You see our happiness. We're together. We're doing nerd things like spending the afternoon in the aquarium. And on the center of the screen, you see Power Director 365. This is a program I discovered in 2024, which I'm completely in love with. But let's go back to Toastmasters and discuss my evolution in Toastmasters. In the beginning, it started with the potted plant speech. That's where you get in front of the crowd, dig your feet in, hardly move at all, and talk for about 6 minutes, a whole lot of sweating, very little body movement. And as times go by, you enter phase two of your Toastmaster career. You start working on things like eye contact, voice inflection, hand gestures, and finally you learn to nail the landing, to stick the landing. Here we have again our steps. First, you begin out as a potted plant, then you go through phase two. Then in March 2020, we went into the Zoom era. Nobody requested it, nobody really wanted it, but for several months, it was required that we meet only over Zoom or similar programs because of the pandemic. We were only supposed to go on Zoom for a couple of months, but it's been now 5 years and we're still on it. At first, our Zoom meetings were very, very rough. It was very common to hear, you're on mute, your camera's not on, we can't hear you. But we got through those again, several weeks. The meetings were really, really rough. And then we got better, and then we expanded out. We started using PowerPoint and background slides to make our meetings more dynamic. And then the final step I present to you is Power Director. And Power Director is using MP4s and YouTube to produce a concise and dynamic presentation. But there are disadvantages of Power Director. There are a whole lot of steps to learn. Those of you that have the misfortune of hearing my December 2024 speech know that I tried to take everything that I learned in 16 weeks and teach it to you in 6 minutes. It was a disaster. When I think about that speech, I'm still trying to decide, was it the worst speech I ever gave, or was it the worst speech Toastmasters ever had? But there are an awful lot of steps to learn to use Power Director. The other disadvantage, if you are obsessive compulsive, you can waste hours just to get it right. In other words, you're letting the medium overcome the message. When we remember in Toastmasters, our speech, our ideas are always the most important thing. But there are great advantages to Power Director. One, once the speech is captured, it's yours to use again and again. If you've got members that missed your meeting, but you're going to refer to this speech again and again and again, you can forward them a copy of your speech. The timing between the slides and the voiceovers can be absolutely perfect with Power Director. Also very convenient. You can switch back and forth from graphics to speaker. You can make the speaker full frame whenever you want. And you have the choice of going in close to the face and having good eye contact, or stepping away a little bit and having a lot more dynamic body energy and hand movements. It's much easier to give 6 1-minute speeches tied together or edited together than it is to try to memorize an 8-minute long speech. What's up next? In future weeks, I'll do a short review of past speeches. And my favorite one is the future projects plan. I can't wait to go over this with you. We will have 1 week where we just discuss how video and media are shaping our life. And I warn you, that will be a somewhat dark dystopian speech. But overall, week after week, or at least every other week, I promise to have a fun and exciting speech about Power Director. The times are changing. I look forward to talking with you guys again and again every Tuesday. Take care.